Yeah, the new fragrances keep on coming, and in today's episode I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on this brand new release from Hugo Boss. This is called the scent Magnetic, and I'm really looking forward to bringing you this exclusive first look at it. It's got a lot to live up to if it's going to rival my favourite one in the line, which is the Private Accord flanker, but to find out how it stacks up against this one and all the others in the line and everything else you need to know about this one, stay tuned to this episode of Mags Frags. Yes, hello again everybody, and welcome to this latest episode of Mags Frags. My name's Paul, and today's scent of the day is the scent Magnetic from Hugo Boss, which is their latest release, and I'm actually a huge fan of this line, and the original one was actually my signature scent for a year or so when it first came out back in 2015. The Maninka fruit note that's exclusive to this line is one of my favourite smelling notes ever, and it's just really sweet with a berry-like aroma. But in the last two releases it hasn't really been as prominent, which is a bit of a shame, so I'm hoping it comes back a little bit more prominent in this latest creation. I picked up this one from the perfume shop online, and this 100ml size bottle is priced at £82, with a smaller 50ml version coming in at the £62 mark. And it also came with a free toiletries bag, which will come in handy for little overnight hotel stays or to store my batteries or other knickknacks in if you're a bit of a quirky geek like me. It's an eau de parfum concentration, and the perfumer behind this flanker is Delphine Lebeau. Okay, so into the presentation, and the box comes in a matte black finish with a bit of a silhouette of the bottle shape, and it also features these ice gold accents and branding. On the front is the name of the house, the name of the fragrance, and also the size and the concentration down at the bottom. At the top there's a small Hugo Boss logo, and then around the back is lots of product information, as well as like this, got like a little note that gives you a bit of an overview about what the scent's all about, and that reads: a magnetic interpretation of the original fragrance, an irresistible fusion of exquisite black vanilla extract and vibrant Bran Absolute intensifies the power of attraction, captivating the senses. All very good stuff. Let's hope it sticks to that promise. And then right down at the bottom we've got the barcode, the QR code, and the batch code. And the batch code on this one is, let me see, 2313. The bottle comes in the usual round glass design, which is lacquered in a deep black finish with ice gold trim, and I think it looks absolutely great. Probably the nicest looking one in the whole lineup in my opinion. We have the name of the house embossed into the glass, the magnetic name printed down at the bottom, and then we've also got the word "the scent" etched into the neck of the bottle there. There's a plastic and metal kind of combination of cap, and it's a click-on cap, and the atomizer again is really good and delivers a nice smooth blast of satisfying blast of juice, and I much prefer the presentation of this line to the Boss bottled line, and they just feel a little bit more upmarket, and they just fit into your hand really nice, and they just feel really comfortable. The presentation for me on this particular bottle is a straight 10 out of 10. Okay, so into the note breakdown, and there's just 3 ingredients listed as official notes in this one, which is the Maninka fruit up top. Then in the heart of the fragrance there's Bran Absolute, which is a note I've personally never come across in any fragrance before, so I'll be interested to see what that one brings. And then in the base there's Black Vanilla Husk. Yes, so as promised in the official marketing, this one does take you back to the original Hugo Boss, the scent DNA from 2015, with lots of the Maninka fruit hitting you full on in the face straight from the initial spray. And I'd say it's probably more pronounced than any of the other flankers in this line, and even more intense than the original.
There is also kind of like a coconut smell that keeps coming and going, and I do get the odd waft that reminds me a little bit of Le Parfum. It's a really pleasant, cheerful, sweet, fruity introduction, and it's basically an improved, more intense version of the original. As it dries down, we've got the bran, which doesn't have a particular smell in my opinion, but it's there just to balance out all the sweetness from the vanilla and the maninka fruit, and just to bring a touch of dry powderiness to the blend. I'm sure there's other notes in here that other than the three that are listed, because I do also get kind of a rich leathery depth in the base that you wouldn't get from just the vanilla and a natural bran note in the heart of the scent. And it's I'd say overall it's just like a really seductive, sexy smelling fragrance, and it's recaptured the essence of the original but also injected some extra richness and depth, and even after one full wearing I can tell you that it's rekindled my love for this line, and I'm looking forward to giving it a few more wearings. It's super likeable with nothing challenging whatsoever, and it stays fairly consistent all the way through without kind of changing that much. It's a very classy smelling fragrance for a designer scent, and it'll be a huge, and I mean huge, compliment getter. Yeah, this is probably a little bit better suited to the cooler months of the year during maybe autumn and spring, and I tend to wear it personally more for like an evening dressed up occasion rather than wearing it as a casual daytime fragrance. But having said that, it is pretty versatile and it's so easy to wear, so there's nothing to stop you from wearing it casually during the day if you want to, or wearing it as an office scent. But I think it's just got more of a stylish, kind of elegant nighttime feel about it. I don't think it's too juvenile, and I think men of any age could wear this one without any difficulty whatsoever, and it's definitely what I'd consider to be more of like a masculine smelling fragrance. But overall, just I would say it's a very stylish, elegant, dressed up kind of smell. It's just got this really nice intoxicating sweetness. Yeah, this is an eau de parfum concentration, and unlike the original version, this is very powerful with a really big projection for a couple of hours, and you're going to get a good solid 7 or 8 hours out of it before it becomes like a skin scent. A couple of extra sprays on your clothes will see you through for a full day at work or a night out clubbing, and it's not one of those fragrances that gets on your nerves if you go a little bit heavy on the sprayer. I wore it all day yesterday, and I can verify that I could still detect it at 8 PM after spraying it at about lunchtime, so it is definitely a huge improvement in performance over the original scent. Yet I absolutely loved the original version when it came out in 2015, but I always wished it just had a little bit more power and backbone, because I absolutely loved the smell of it, but I just wanted everyone else around me to be able to catch wafts of it. I don't think it projected that great. But then came the Private Accord flanker, which did perform a little bit better, and this one takes you to chocolatey heaven in the open. It's absolutely delicious, and I really enjoyed this one. But since then, I've kind of felt that the line had lost its way a little bit with the most recent releases, just kind of leaving me a little bit flat and underwhelmed. But honestly, this one is a totally different story, and I've got to say that this is my new favourite out of the line without question. Like I say, the only way to describe it is like the original taking itself to the gym and getting pumped and buying itself a new bad boy leather jacket. It's got its identity back, and it's beefed itself up in its performance, and this is going to be one of the designer releases of the year for in my personal opinion, and for me it gets a straight 10 out of 10. Okay, so once again, that's about it for this episode, and again, I'm really glad to be churning out all these new releases, and hopefully there's lots more still to come. So if you don't want to miss any more in the future, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But coming up in the next episode, I've got a mega 8 fragrance haul from the perfume parlour to go through with you all, with some beauties in there also. And as always, if you have got any value from this video and found it useful in any way, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel. It's always great to hear your opinions, your thoughts and your critiques on all the fragrances that feature in these videos, so don't forget to keep your comments coming down in that comment section. So until next time, thank you once again for tuning into this episode. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you very soon for another one. Bye bye for now.